YouTube, Brad C here. We're comparing two lasers today, and that's the Crimson Trace versus the TLR-6 by Streamlight. The Crimson Trace is a grip activated. As you can see right here, this little button right here is what's going to activate the laser. Now there is no light on this. This is laser only. This is light and laser. Both of these guns have been safety checked. If you'd like to see the individual reviews on either of these, I'll put links in the info section. First of all, I want to say I like both of the lasers. I don't have anything against Crimson Trace. Now, you're probably going to feel like I'm favoring the Streamlight, which I do, to be honest. But let me just say, this is obviously an awesome laser. The problem is price on this baby. I mean, you can get 2 or 3 of these for what you'd pay for one of these. So this one better really outperform this one. Let's just get that straight from the get-go. Crimson Trace is a good brand. I am not knocking Crimson Trace because I know they put out quality products. That's why they charge a lot. Let's look at the actual laser itself. Now, I'll put the runtime on this laser up there, and I'll put the brightness of this laser up there. I want to show you the activation switch. It's right here, and that is what is going to turn the laser on. So as you can see here, laser comes on, and when I release, it goes off. In theory, this should be really nice. It should make it automatic. When you pull the gun up, you should automatically have the laser. You have to concentrate on pushing in this little button. Now, granted, it is your natural grip to obviously grip a gun. This is my natural grip, so it does help that it's right there. Now, if this was a sensor, then this might be a little different, but this is not a sensor. This is a button that must be pushed in, and when you push it in, that's all longer it stays on. You have to concentrate to do this. Now, I challenge you, shoot this in the field. I guarantee you will find that when you aim at a target and you bring up that laser, it takes concentration to squeeze in on that. And now, remember, my trigger finger is going to come down the trigger, so now I've not only got to hold it on that, but squeeze the trigger. And then the real problem comes after I fire a shot. Boom! You know, recoil, readjustment a little bit here. I'm going to have to, again, squeeze that, bring it on, fire. So this is, I hope my point is made in that the actual turning on of the laser and keeping it on during a firing situation is going to be pretty difficult. And we're all out. I have to make a conscious decision every time I squeeze down on that little laser button as I shoot. Okay, now let's look at the Streamlight. I pick it up same way, and I'm ready to go. My grip is the same when I pick up guns. My trigger finger is always straight ahead. My grip is here, and I'm ready to go. So when I pick the gun up naturally, it's already ready to push that button, and then once I push that in, now I can be firing and the laser stays on. Whereas here with this gun, the laser doesn't stay on unless I'm squeezing down on that trigger. I have to literally squeeze in with this finger. As soon as I let go, it's going to go off. Now, in theory, you could grip your gun perfectly tight and be firing shots and keep that laser on. It's still difficult, even for me, and there's no recoil involved. I'm just being honest. This is 3 times more expensive, and you have to concentrate to keep it on. This is 1/3 of the price of this, and it's activated by one push, and then you're ready. And that push is right in the perfect spot, for me at least. I mean, that's right where I grip a gun when I pick it up. Okay, let's look at another benefit. This is a laser only, of course. This is a flashlight and laser. Depending on what you want this to be, you can have this set to be flashlight only, laser only, or flashlight and laser. Now, looking at the reviews on, say, Amazon, both of these have excellent reviews. Both of these are right near 5 stars. I'm not knocking Crimson Trace. I know they're very reliable, a very good company. I'm just saying, for me, in a practical situation, me having to constantly be squeezing in on this thing down here as I pull the trigger, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Whereas this one, as soon as I pick it up, I'm ready to go in whatever mode I last left it on. Now, something else I tested out today was I put these in my pocket. Yeah, I'll show you what I'm wearing. I'm wearing these, my normal camos. If you're interested in some of these, I'll put a link in the info section. Love these. Anyways, I put the Glock 26 over here and the Glock 19 over here, and I carried them throughout the day. And I noticed a considerable difference in the way that they hold in your pocket. This, like a normal gun, it flops to the side in your pocket. Whereas this one, since it had this long straight base coming down here, it actually keeps the gun from turning so much in my pocket. So it's ready to draw much easier if just carrying in an open pocket. Now, normally I use my Alien Gear holsters, so that's not really much of a problem. problem, but just on the scenario that if anybody's out there and you wanted to actually carry these in your pocket, to me, this one sits in there much nicer and makes it much easier to draw. I just wanted to show what I was talking about as far as the way this one's much easier to pull out than the 19, because this laser actually sticks out enough to where it's going to make this base more flat. So when you put it in your pocket, it just automatically, it's keeping it more in a position here. Whereas with the 19, what you have is the point, much like it normally is. So when it goes in your pocket, it's able to slide this way and that way, and it ends up, I mean, I'm not saying that it's impossible. You know, if I just reach in right now and pull this out, you can see it's not in a perfect position. It's more tilted. It's just an added benefit, I feel, of the 26 to be able to put it in your pocket, and then I mean, I was outside doing stuff, messing around, and just immediately, you know, you're ready to go, come out with this. As the 19, I'll just put it in there and just do a little bit of moving around again. As I can feel, the gun's already started to slide forward. So now, if I was going to pull this out, and then I have to squeeze down on this while I get the laser ready. So it is a very awkward draw and acquisition to the laser. Honestly, I know it sounds like I'm completely one-sided on this, and maybe I am, but it is what it is. I mean, you can't deny what I'm pointing out here. I'm trying to think of some benefits of the Crimson Trace over the Streamlight. I can only guess maybe the batteries last longer, or you know, maybe the brightness. I'll put some stats up on the screen if there's any difference, but as far as I could tell, I don't see any difference in the brightness. I really couldn't tell any difference. They looked identical to me in brightness. I'll let the stats speak for themselves as far as, you know, what they claim, but to me, it doesn't seem there's any difference in brightness. I'm sure a lot of you came to this thinking, no, the Crimson Trace is going to school this little Streamlight, but honestly, this is the way to go, folks, in my humble opinion. I personally will not spend $300-400 on a laser. I'm sorry. $100 is very reasonable, and as long as the reviews are as high as they are and the quality seems to be there, I'm going to stay with a $100 laser. I'm sorry. If I want to spend $300 or $400, I'm actually probably buying a gun, not a laser that goes on a gun. I understand you get what you pay for. I understand that there's, you know, there's quality and there is benefits to Crimson Trace. Don't get me wrong. I've got buddies of mine that they love Crimson Trace. They've got the grip ones back here that they like, and I've never tried that out, so I can't knock on that. But as far as this goes, honestly, I'm really not impressed. Not for that price. I'm sorry. And we have our winner, Streamlight. Yeah, I know this seemed like a one-sided battle, but actually, both of these lasers are excellent choices. I'm very sorry if I offended somebody that just loves their Crimson Trace, and I didn't mean to knock it, but I'm just being honest. This is what works for me and what I think about it. It's just my humble opinion. Check out my channel for reviews on both these lasers and both of these guns. This is actually a special Vickers Tactical edition of the Glock 19, and so it's got some upgrades on it that the normal Glock doesn't have. And are they worth it? Well, check out my video and find out. And this is the Glock 26. I've also got a pierced grip on this one, and you can check out everything at bradctv.com.